न सहित चले लंका पर हे भगवान राम को मारा सीता संकट से उबारा राम राज हो गया देश में राम राज हो गया देश में गुण गाए हमारा राम नाम से राम नाम से
कमलेश श्री साई रामा करुणा तरंगा करिराज वरना कमलेश श्री साई रामा करुणा तरंगा करिराज वरना कमलेश श्री साई रामा विठला
बोलो नारायणा जय जय विठला
बोलो नारायणा जय जय विठला
बोलो नारायणा जय जय विठला साई नारायणा रंग रंग विठला स्वामी नारायणा रंग रंग विठला साई नारायणा रंग रंग विठला स्वामी नारायणा रंग रंग विठला
बोलो नारायणा जय जय 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 विठला गोविंद विठला रघुमाई विठला गोविंद विठला रघुमाई विठला गोविंद विठला रघुमाई विठला गोविंद विठला रघुमाई विठला
गोपाल विठला
गोपाल विठला गोपाल विठला गोपाल विठला
गोपाल विठला श्रीरंग विठला साई रंग विठला श्रीरंग विठला साई
Lesson 1, 2, 3. Lesson 1, 2, 3. Praise the Lord. Prabhu Ramachandra ki jai. Pawan Putra Hanuman ki jai. Let us all stand. Let us clasp our hands together, close our eyes, bow our heads as we commence tonight's devotion. As we surrender ourselves to the lotus light right before you. As we surrender ourselves totally and completely to the lotus light feet of Prabhu Shri Ram. Ramaya Rambhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunataya Nataya Sitaya Ye Namah. Om Santi Principal Prabhu Ramachandra ki Jai. Take your seats, please. May I, on behalf of the members of the Sri Parameshwari Durga Devi Ashram Incorporated, extend the most cordial welcome to this, the sixth night of 7 nights of Ramayan Yagya. Over the past few nights, we have been hearing of different excerpts and different philosophies of the Sri Ram Charitamrita. The first night, we heard the greatness of the power and the name of Sri Ram. And so tonight, I implore you, when we are doing the various chorus, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, please. There is an injunction in our scripture. When you do a mantra by yourself, it is only the energy that you generate with that mantra can help you. But when you do it in a congregation, everybody join to do the same one mantra, it builds the energy faster and everybody benefits from it. That is why it is said that where there is a lot of negativity, a lot of bad karma, if everybody chants the name of Sri Ram together, that negative energy, that karma cannot stay there, it has to leave the environment. So if you chanting and your name and not chanting, where the negativity coming from, even you unwell? Huh? By you. But if everybody chanted, they can't stay with it, have to leave and go. Alright? Remember I told you the name of Sri Ram is made up of luminous bodies. Ra from Ravi, R from Agni, Ma from Chandrama. So where there is light, can darkness exist? But if you switch off the light, darkness will exist. How do you switch off the light? By not chanting the name of Ram. So even Bhagwan Shiva is telling us how important this name is, because that is all he does. The mantra that Lord Shiva chants while he is in meditation is Ram, Ram, Ram. No other mantra, no other prayer he uses. So that is to tell you of the greatness of the name of Sri Ram. So tonight's discourse, we are taking from Sundarkan. It is a katha that all of us have heard already. But like I told you when we were advertising this Yagya, Ramayan is not going to be read like how it is traditionally read in most of the Yagyas in this country. And you saw that over the past few nights. Alright? Ramayan is going to be read expounding the social sciences, the natural sciences and so on. Yesterday Guruji took you through astronomy and geology from the Ramayan. Alright? So, tonight we continue and we look at some of the psychology of the Ramayan, and not so much so psychology in isolation, but how it affects us, how it affects our own, how we sometimes are responsible for our own, for retarding our own growth and development. And once we are able to overcome that hurdle and we start to progress, there are certain checks and balances we have to keep in mind, or else we can fall victim and revert back to where we were before. So before we go to those type of analogies and teachings, let us for a few moments sit upright. Let us clasp our hands together, close our eyes, bow our heads. Let us contemplate on Bhagwan Ganapati, he who is the giver of success, to remove all obstacles, as well as first and foremost among the host of the devatas. Receive the blessings of Devi Saraswati, through whose blessings the knowledge given you are able to apply to your daily life. We bow in humble submission to the lotus-like feet of our Guru. The Gurus are ambassadors of God upon the face of the earth. They are the link between humanity and divinity. Everybody together. ओंकारबिंदु संयुक्तं नित्यं ध्यायन्ति योगिनाः कामरामोक्षरं चैव ओंकाराय नमो नमः। वर्णानाम् अर्धसङ्ग्राणां रसानां चन्द्रसामिते मङ्गलानां चतुर्पादो वन्दे वाणी विनायको।
ज्ञान गुण सागर
प्रेम से बोलो प्रभु रामचंद्र की जय। who are now coming in, say welcome to our ongoing Ramayan Yagya. Tonight, we go to that other chapter, that other canto of the Ramayan that is called Sundar Kand. What is the meaning of the word Sundar? Beautiful. And why do you think that Kand is called Sundar Kand? Huh? Why do you think that Kand is called Sundar Kand? Who is highlighted in Sundar Kand? Come on, only going Ramayan Yagya from time before they born, only going Yagya. Why is Goswami Sant Tulsidas labeled this Kand Sundar Kand? Which deity is highlighted the most in Sundar Kand? Huh? No. Somebody said. Alright, so put your hands together. Let me see if I can open modern intelligence. Put your hands together. I'm going to chant a mantra. If you're spiritual, you'll get right all of a sudden. And you will know who I'm talking about. Alright? And if you still can't figure it out, well then next thing you're saying your prayers too. Right? So let us go. Atulitu bharadam Hema shaila vareham Nanu javana krishanam Jnani namakradhanyam Sakala guna nidhanam Vanajanam nadisham Raghupati priyabhaktam Vadajatam namami Raghupati priyabhaktam Shri Hanuman. So some people get right, some people get right. Alright? So Sundar Kand was given a name as such because here is where Hanuman discovered himself, and here is where Hanuman used his potential to help achieve the purpose of Sri Ram's mission. Before Sundar Kand, Hanuman was not the hero that we knew. Before Sundar Kand, Hanuman acted like a normal individual. But something happened. And when that happened, Hanuman, he didn't, Tulsidas and Valmiki, they just didn't refer to him anymore as Hanuman. Two names he had very popular before this, Kapi and Hanuman. Afterwards, the names like Pavana Sutra, Mahavir started to appear. And this tells us something, and we'll discover what that is just now. So tonight, the Hanuman we are speaking about is not necessarily the Hanuman that you will see in theology, but the Hanuman that is the Rudra principle. Remember, Hanuman is the Ekadash Rudra. He is the 11th incarnation of the one Shiva. The first 5 avatars of Lord Shiva represents the 5 senses of action. The second 5 avatars of Lord Shiva represents the 5 senses of perception. So how 5 and 5 is? 10. So 1 remaining. What controls all the senses? The mind. So Hanuman is the mind principle within man. And if the mind is weak, you are going to be weak, and then you will live your life in a degenerated way. But if your mind is strong, you will have total control over your destiny, and you will be able to dictate the pace of your life. You will not allow yourself and circumstances to keep you down. angle I want you to see tonight's katha. Like I said, it's a katha. You'll hear the storyline of it very often. Everybody knows the storyline of it. But the philosophy we're going to bring out some Vedic psychology here and see how it applies to your daily living. So before we go into the actual chopais and so on, again, let us take that name of Shri Ram and prepare ourselves for tonight's lesson. Shri Ram, Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama, Shri Rama, Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama. Everyone together. Shri Rama, Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama, Shri Rama, Jaya Rama. Praise the Lord, Prabhu Ramachandra ki Jai. So the very first chopai of Sundarkan starts off with Jamavanta ke Vachana Suhai. So Jamavant, remember last I was telling you about Jamavant? Who is Jamavant? Just a reminder, who is Jamavant in all of this? He was the wise deer who was a counsel. He was the counselor of Sugriv. He was the advisor of Hanuman. Alright? So, Jamavant is also, I told you, is an avatar of Brahma who came way back in Satyug time. So he is not an ordinary person. And from since Satyug time to the end of Treta Yuga, when this episode was taking place, Jamavant would have gathered a lot of life experience. So he didn't have knowledge of the scriptures, but he had knowledge of practical daily living. And so Jamavant, what did he do? He said, Jamavant ke Vachana Sudai. Vachana means what? Speak, to speak, right? So he's speaking to Hanuman. Alright? So what is he speaking to Hanuman about? So before we, just to remind you, this is the very beginning of Sundarkan. The Khan before which was Kishkinda Khan. Kishkinda Khan ended where Hanuman and the troops of Vanaras, including Jamavant and Angad and others, they are now at the southernmost tip of India on the seashore. Alright? And they are seeing the sea over there. They encounter Sampati, and Sampati telling you who was Sampati. This is Kishkinda and this is not Sundarkan. Who was Sampati, by the way? Huh? Sampati was the brother of Jatayu. And Jatayu and Sampati are the sons of who? Huh? Garuji. Right? Who is Garud? Garud is the Vahan of Lord Vishnu. Garuji is the son of Kashyap Rishi. Kashyap Rishi is the son of Lord Brahma. So Garud was the grandson of Lord Brahma. So seashore, everybody is seeing this vast ocean. They couldn't see land. Sampati was a vulture, just like his brother. Alright? And one thing about birds, they have eyesight far better than us, and far better than most land animals. They will be flying high up in the sky, and they will see something with pinpoint accuracy. That is how they call an eagle hunter. They will see something that you and I, my eyes and your eyes will catch, and they will see that and see where it's moving, estimate where it is supposed to be, and dive down there and catch that prey. Alright? You ever see an eagle fish? If you watch the National Geographic show, they know exactly where they will see the fish under the water, and they know exactly where to dive to catch the fish. So Hanuman and his army, the army that accompanied him, which included people like Angad and Jamuan and others, they were all despondent because this vast ocean is in front of them and they have no way to go. So we say, if Toledo come up being successful on the mission, then you'll get a death penalty. So after Sampati told them that he's seeing Sita way in the Ashok Vatika, plans were being made now. How are they going to reach across Lanka? Because where they are on the southernmost shore of India, physically you cannot see Lanka. Now we have been there. You cannot see the physical landmass there. Like if you go down Sigros, you will see on a clear day you can see Venezuela. Alright? You can't, not so. Alright? So, they are seeing this vast ocean in front of them, but they get confirmation that Sita is in a land called Lanka on the other side of the ocean. And so they will be thinking, how are we going to cross this ocean to reach there? And everybody's wondering, and Hanuman there sit down by himself. He sit down on a little hillock. Not a mountain, but a little hill. Alright? And Jamuan now was keeping his eyes on Hanuman, because now they are assessing their own potential. To go across the ocean, we have to jump across. Most of the Vanas didn't have that. Angad said, I have the strength to go, but I'm not sure if I have the strength to come back. Jamuan now, in his contribution to that little conversation there, I'm very old, I'm very aged. And then he's narrating now, when I was much younger, I ran around Ramayan 21 times. But that was in my youth. And so his eyes fall on Hanumanji. And Hanumanji is there, twiddling his thumbs, as we would say, looking down, oblivious to what is going on. He has no direction. He has no purpose. And sometimes in life we find ourselves in this position. Sometimes we are not aware of the potential we have within us. And we let that talent go to waste if the right counsel, the right company is not sought of. So Hanuman is there, unaware of his potential. Now, to understand this part of the Katha, you have to go to a book called Parasal Samhita, which details the childhood of Hanuman. And in the childhood of Hanuman, Kesara was pronounced as Lord Hanuman. Now Hanuman, like Lord Krishna, was a little wicked boy, right? When the sages and them would set out to meditate, they know that it's time to meditate here, probably open the eye over there. Right? Or anything he used to do them. So they pronounce the Sarah and say, oh Hanuman, you will forget your strength. You'll forget your potentials. And only when you are in the service of Sri Ram and you are reminded by a truthful soul, then you will regain the consciousness. So, Hanuman, he was there lost. Sometimes in life, that we appear lost. We have no sense of direction. We don't know whether we're going or we're coming. And at times in life, sometimes all of us feel like that. We feel totally lost. Alright? Let me use a personal example that is prevalent in today's society. Think about a divorce situation. One day a family life intact, next morning somebody filing for divorce. Or a loved one suddenly, not sick and over time, but deteriorated until they die. Suddenly they pass away. You don't know which direction to turn to, who to go to. Hanuman is their mind. Keep in mind, in this scenario here, Hanuman is their mind. Sometimes our mind and our emotions is like that. We lost all sense of Hanumanji in both Valmiki and Tulsidas, as well as in all the other Ramayans. He's always described as a big, strapped, muscular being. You ever see Hanuman malnourished? Except in Ramlila there. Sometimes they get skinny skeletal put as Hanuman. Right? But when you're reading Katha, whether it's Ramayan, whether it's Bhagavad, or whatever book that Hanuman appears in, he never appears as a weakling. He's always a very muscular fellow. Alright? So Hanuman's physical stature is like that, but mentally, he's weak at this point in time. So sometimes, you going about your life looking as though you're good, everything good with you, because everybody sees the smile on your face. Everybody sees you interacting in a joyful, jolly way with each other, but they don't know what's going on inside of you. They don't know you are dying inside. They don't know you're crying out inside. And like I told you, from my line of work, and I know medical doctors, they get it more. Mental health issues is reaching a crisis proportion, not only in Trinidad, but globally. It is this, according to the World Health Organization, it is the global silent pandemic right now. Never before in history have we had so much of comforts and conveniences in life, but yet the suicidal rate in all countries all over the world is only increased. Logic will tell you, if life is more convenient, if you have more comforts and you have more conveniences, things are supposed to be much easier, much more happy for you than a generation ago. But that is not the reality right now. Suicide and mental health disease is on the increase. Depression, schizophrenia, and all the host of, sometimes one leads to the other. It is on the increase. So Hanuman's physical appearance is contradicting his mental identity at this point in time. And this is what most of us, or some of us, goes through day to day in our life. We don't know what the traumas that others are going through. And sometimes you go and you meet a grouchy boss in the office and he add into that, or toxic work environment, whether it's co-workers or whether it's seniors, and they add into that. So you're getting pressure from home, your personal life, and you're getting pressure now in the job. Remember, everybody have a breaking point, Alright? Everybody have a breaking point. Nobody is infinite. There's only so much a human being can take. So we are going to see now how we're going to deal with those traumas. So here, Hanuman is lost in terms of his vision, in terms of his mission, in terms of what he ought to do. So Jamwan now comes like that psychologist, like that counselor. If it's a spiritual matter, he'll come like the guru. That is why Valmiki and Tulsidas, they take time to identify, to give you the identity of Jamwan. He's old, he's wise, he has the knowledge of the ages. He has the experience of life. You could be well schooled. Let me be practical here, right? And this is not to discredit anybody else, because some people are genuine genius and so on. You're a person, you say, in your 60s and so on, and you have a medical practitioner. I'm not saying whether, forget specialisms, right? Just use a medical practitioner, a doctor. A doctor now graduates from medical school, and then you have a doctor with over 20, 25 years experience, who you will feel comfortable with, to be honest. Right. And both of them get the same level of education. What makes the difference between both of them? Experience. No amount of degree or letters behind your name can compensate for what experience does. Those of us who work in standard professions like teachers and doctors and lawyers and so on, you know, okay, so I was a teacher, right? Both primary school and others, secondary school. And especially in the primary school, where the SBA is very competitive, they will look for the most experienced teacher who has the standard 4, the standard 5 teacher. Isn't that so? Put him or her as, so that teacher now, not only depending on the teacher training he or she receives from university or training college, it depends, that teacher now is drawing upon his or her experience throughout the years in the classroom, interacting with the children. It's just like a motor car. You have a fella now who goes shop in the corner of the road there, and he have 25, 30 years experience in. Who you go to? Exactly. Alright? So you all have, so Jamwan, with the wisdom that he has, he starts to talk to Hanuman. And he said, oh Hanuman, wake up, wake up. Wake up from this delusion. You are more, realize your potential. You are the servant of Sri Ram. And so Jamwan is waking up the consciousness of Hanuman. And as Hanuman awakens and he gets, and he realizes his true potential, he starts to feel confident. As Jamwan keeps talking, his confidence starts building. That is why when children, even in the school or at home, well, in home is supposed to be done too. When children use, there's something called positive reinforcement. When children do something, even adults, once they are positively reinformed, it becomes a motivating factor for them to perform better. If they are students, they will perform, they will have a natural, they will want to perform better in school just to get the compliments of their teachers and their parents. It is a motivating factor. If you are in a correct position, it will put you in positions for promotion in competitive situation, or you will gain the favors of the superiors. So the more you are motivated in a positive manner, the better you will be to challenge the obstacles that is ahead of you. Because when you go through the corridors of like today, everything may be good. You guarantee tomorrow when you get up it's going to be just like that? Nobody can do that. Nobody can do that. So Jamwan, he continued to counsel Hanuman. This is the inner consciousness on a personal level. In a community setting, Jamwan explained the role of a psychologist or like a guru. He's advising Hanuman to discover himself. And he tells Hanuman, go within yourself and see your true potential and awake and come out of this ignorance that's deluding you. You are the son of the wind god. So now he's recording that is who he really is. You are the son of the wind god. You are in the service of Sri Ram. And these are things that matter to Hanuman. Hanuman, Ram matters to him the most. And if something really matters to you, if your family life matters to you, and you do everything to preserve the integrity of your family life, Huh? If your career is very important to you and you do everything to preserve the integrity of your career. So Jamwan is very skillful in choosing his words to tell to Hanuman, because he knows Hanuman is already going through a depression by not recognizing his own potential. He's lost, he's ignorant at this point in time. So he's positively reinforcing him by telling him things that matters to him. To get him out of that mindset. And Jamwan, having succeeded in breaking the mindset, what did Hanuman do? When Hanuman realized that he is this Mahavir, what did he do? Goswami Santusa said, he let out one long roar, Jai Shri Ram. And as he let out that roar, what did he do? The other part of the Chaupai says, Sahi Dukkha Kanda Mula Pala Kahi. Remain here on the seashore fasting. So now look at what is happening. Jamwan was the one talking and giving instructions and advice. Hanuman now, having realized his potential, what is he doing now? He's the one that came and says, remain fasting here on the seashore. Sahitas Dusahai. Kandamur Pala Kai. Kai means to eat, right? Kanda Mul means what? Kanda Mul. Fruits and roots. Alright? Remain here eating these foods. Remain here in sadhana until I come back. So Hanuman has discovered his true potential. That roar that Hanuman let off, sometimes we have to let that out. Now I say go one ball on the place, because we're ready for the ambulance to get in my house now. Right? But you know, sometimes you have to let things out there, your stomach, your chest, and get things out your chest. So my experience is that more than 60-70% of the people that comes to me, they have some kind of psychological problem. And sometimes I don't have to, and then again, this is what happens in my office. Sometimes I don't have to give them anything to do. Sometimes I don't have to recommend any prayer. I say sometimes, and not all the time. What I just have to do is give them an avenue to vent. And I just shut up and stay quiet sometimes. Sometimes I just chuck in a word here and there and just give them the opportunity to vent. And they themselves, a week or two and they'll come back and say, Baba, you know, I'm feeling better. See, Jerry, you're feeling better. Or somehow they just come here or just get that same treatment to it. And just don't tell all they went on it and do it all it. And Flora? Sometimes you just have to get the opportunity, but again, you cannot go and just talk about personal things or personal issues with Tom, Dick and Harry. You could get yourself in more trouble for that. That person could manipulate you if they are good, or the business could be all over the place. And one of the things I could pride myself on in my group, nobody can point a finger at me and say, Pundit Vishnu has taught my business outside. Because all of they know when they come and tell me something. If they're coming out of my office, unless what they do and what they want afterwards. Right? If they're coming from me. So Hanuman, Jamwan having counsel Hanuman. That roar of Hanuman was his way. You know, you have some fellas, they just have to let out their anger by, and they say there's how to mash up things. So I don't really believe in that. There are other ways to do that in a healthy way. But what is the most common way people just have to get things out of their stomach or out of their mind? What do they just do? Huh? Cry. And let me tell you something. There's no shame in crying. There is no shame in crying. Alright? Because society does want to project this macho kind of image. Men in particular, they don't like to, most of the people that come to me is women. Why? Because men just want to live in denial because they think they don't have a problem or they can handle it. And psychologists or even medical doctors, they will tell you a woman will more faster come to their practice with some kind of issue than a man. Because when he reach critical stage, then he will come. But that is the way society has been grooming the males from ever since, generations ago. Modern psychologist tells you, getting things, whether you're a man or woman, crying is not something, not a sign of weakness. Shri Ram cried plenty in Ramayan, you know. Huh? Shri Ram is a big, when you go in talking about the tree and crying, you see Sita. If you see a man nowadays doing that inside, you go, wait a say, Pagal ba? He goes. But your Shri Ram did that. When they were walking before they reached Kishkinda, they walked through the forest. He holding the tree and talking about, you see Sita? But yet when an ordinary person do that, they still come out and they decide and you okay. When Lakshman was struggling, Ram brought up the way to cry. And you have Lakshman on your foot, on your lap, sorry. Sometimes that is the only avenue you will have to get rid of some traumas from within. So that raw Hanuman, from a psychological point of view, is purging his inner being. And for some of us, that's why sometimes I tell people when they come in and say, every day is a problem. I say, one always shut up, you can have a, eventually the other person will shut up too. But if you quarreling and she quarreling and he quarreling and this one quarreling, they will keep going on and on and on, one will try to outdo the other, and one will think the other point is. So the easiest thing to do, I just say, just stay quiet and shake your head. So you had I just have fun sometimes when people come heavy, you know. So I tell a lady, I say, let me feel the girl. I give you some clover. I throw this clover in the water and drink it. And she come back 3 weeks later. I have a quarrel in the house. You know. Every time I drink that water, it don't have a quarrel in the house. I say, you know why I don't have a quarrel? Because to drink that water, you have to shut your mouth. The clover has nothing to do with it. I said, why did your husband just be happy when you leave the house? But you just be nagging everybody inside the house. And just get you to shut your mouth and you see had peace for the 3 weeks. So you just have to use a lot of psychology when you're dealing with cases like these. So this raw Hanuman was his way of venting them. Alright? And so when he recomposed himself, he mounted himself on that hill. And Goswami Santusidas says, with the name of Sri Ram on his lips, with a loud roar, Jai Sri Ram, he shot off into the sky. And as he shot off in the sky, what happened to the hill? What happened to the mountain? It sank into the patal. It crumbled and it sank into the patal region. Very important point. Now, Guruji, when we were doing classes, he said, this has many multiple layers of meaning. But if you want to stick to the psychology here, that mashing up of the mountain and sinking it down into patal, that is all your past traumas within you. Sometimes things that you went through in the past, bad experience, bad relationships, childhood traumas. Sometimes you haven't healed properly, it has scarred you so bad, you haven't healed properly from it. And as you go through your adult life, it hinders your ability to form sometimes meaningful relationships and to live a progressive life. and to discover your true potentials. Hanuman, mashing up that hill and sinking it into Patal, represents that in order for you to progress, you have to confront those traumas and you have to put them away, get rid of them from your life. You cannot live in the past. If you keep being scared of something that has happened in the past, you will never live in the present and you will be missing opportunities that would have presented itself for you to move ahead into the future. So those traumas, it cheats us and denies us of opportunities that are there for us to take advantage of. But because of our pessimistic nature, because of the traumas that we have experienced in the past, we deny ourselves that degree of success. So it's a cycle. If we allow the traumas and so on to bind us, when we start to make progress, you will be scared. You will start to, or when, let me say, okay, so another common, when you're talking to people, notice I'm telling all the things that's happening in society, and I call nobody name yet. I'm telling you what, giving you real life things, because some of you all will experience it at some point in time. So one of the common things now is that sometimes some of these children, because of mistakes in their early life, they have a problem in relationship. And sometimes good people, decent people come into their life, but they're afraid to commit because of past experiences. Alright, maybe because of an abusive spouse or abusive partner or something like that. That now they have a good opportunity and they can't take advantage of it. So that is a fine example of what goes on in society today of your past. You're living in the past, hindering the present, and denying you the future. Alright? And that is something very real in our society. That's how sometimes, not all the time, that is how sometimes you see some people, they're just going to live life without getting married at all. I say that is sometimes, that's not all the time. Nowadays, any pundit or any psychologist will tell you, there is a move, especially for a man, there's a movement away from wanting to get married. Because, again, because of the type of trauma, especially when it comes to divorce. The divorce laws in this country and all over is not fair at all. It needs to be reformed. Alright? And because typically, when they have to go to court, is the man have more loss alright, than a woman in a divorce matter. That is legal right now in this country. That is why I have organizations like Fathers Movement and all that kind of thing, and so on. Alright? So, because of past trauma, sometimes we are not able to take advantage of situations that presents opportunities, that presents itself in front of us, and we deny ourselves that ability to progress beyond where we are. So Hanuman marching up that hill and sinking it into the Patal region shows that he has dealt with his traumas, he has confronted his demons then, if you want to use a Western terminology, and he has put it away. And how did he do it? He did it with right counsel. So that will be the counsel of a professional psychologist, if you want to take it from a social point of view, or from the guru. And he did it with full faith and belief in his God. Because before he leaped on, what did he do? He shouted out, Jai Shri Ram, and he went on his mission. So that hill sank into the Patal region. That hill going down there, you know you have heaven and hell right in you, right? You all believe that? Why do the yogis just say to go within you? Heaven and hell exist within you. If you live in every day misery, you can tell me you're in heaven You're compassionate to the creatures and the plants and the environment and your fellow men. That is living life like a devta. You live in a swarga. So Hanuman, destroying this hill and sinking into the Patal region, with the shout of Jai Shri Ram, he starts flying over the sea. And as he flies over the sea, he will encounter 3 individuals. In this part of Sundarkand, Hanuman meets 3 individuals. And we will meet these 3 individuals when we start to climb the ladder of success. Alright? Let us see who these 3 individuals are. Everybody, let us chant the name of Shri Rama again. Shri Rama, Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama. Shri Rama, So Hanuman is at this point and he's flying. So this is equivalent to having gone through your growth and development and you have overcome, you put aside your traumas and your shortcomings and so on. You are now moving ahead in life. You are now, Hanuman is flying, so he's raising. Now when you raising your status in society or you're going through the corridors of life and you're being successful, so Hanuman now is flying. And for the first time here now, Goswami Tulsidas as well as Valmiki call him Pavana Sutta. What does it mean in the word Pavana Sutta? Pavan is what? Hindi, Pavan is a Hindi word, it's not a Sanskrit word. Pavan means the wind. Sutta is the word for sun. So he's the son of the wind. So this is telling you that when you're going towards your goals and your objective, you have to be as brisk like the wind. You have to go with full confidence. You ever see the breeze blowing lazy? Huh? The breeze ever blow lazy? You might be lazy, but not the breeze. Huh? If the breeze was a blow lazy, we never had things like storm and hurricane and all that kind of thing, you know. If the breeze was lazy, none of it would be alive today. Because why you didn't come and just lie down and sleep all day. Don't go to work because all you're going to work is a paycheck. Go to work because you like it. When people ask me, how about you? I don't have no job. And it's true. I don't have no job. Those who know me knows the passion I have for this work. My hobby, my passion is my work. So I never have to go to work again. You must like what you do. Ask them home here. When you have nothing to do, like a job, maybe also upstairs and downstairs, upstairs and downstairs, upstairs and downstairs. And when upstairs and downstairs get tired, and one chook them. But you see, if I lock up in my office and I'm doing my writings, I write in those books and so on, or I did doing presenting, and I see happiest person. If you imagine in the office while I have a trailer for when I this building, we have no move too. So you must enjoy what you're doing, just as Hanuman is enjoying being in the service of Ram. Alright, regardless of what you do. Bhagavan Shri Krishna says, your karma, your born duty, perform your duty with all degree of efficiency and do it as an act of devotion. It is better to do your duty that may appear to be faulty than to pretend to do somebody else one that may appear to be perfect. You may look at another colleague or another person and say, that person had the best job in the world, boy. But you don't know until you get into that company or you get into that position. Or you may look into say that family, into that family and say, that girl married into that family, she might be living like a princess society. This time mother no, she is good every day. So here Hanuman is introduced as powerless sutra, telling us we have to be brisk, we have to be dynamic. While and he's flying over the ocean, he's going towards his goal. The goal was to reach. Where was he going to? Lanka. The goal is to reach Lanka. So he's going towards his goal. He has his mind focused on his goal alone. He is chanting the name of Sri Ram, going to. So he's putting God first. He's putting God first and he's working towards his goal. This is the example we have to follow. And as he goes, he encounters 3 individuals. So in the interest of time, I'll just give you the 3 individuals, right? Who is the first one he encountered? Goswami Santusidas says, rising up from the ocean was a mountain. And what is the name of that mountain? Maina. Alright? And that mountain, he came there not as an enemy. He offered Hanuman rest. But this was a distraction. When you're working assiduously towards your goal, alright, suddenly there will be those from within your own circle, whether it's your social circle, within your own family, they will come and try to tell you to do this, to do that, but in a manner that's to distract you from your goal. So the first level of distraction we meet when we start to climb the ladders of success comes from your own, from within your own. And it is done in such a manner as to appear to be having your well-being at heart. Maina said, "Oh Hanuman, come, take a rest on me." He didn't confront him. He appeared to be very friendly to him. So sometimes when you're working towards your goals and your objective, so I just tell people again, when they come in and say, "Baba, you know, things was going so good, we had this plan and everything was going good." I say, "You know why all of a sudden it stopped and it's not going good?" It's sometimes you just have to learn how to shut your mouth. Stop talking your business in public. Okay, so the security needs this vehicle to move. They are creating some kind of obstruction. PDG 16545. PBG 1645. Alright, so that vehicle will have to kind of cooperate with the security. Yes, so sometimes when we are climbing the ladder of success and others take notice of it, they will appear to be friendly, just to know your business a little more and to become a source of distraction for you. Or sometimes what causes your ego to inflate a little bit, when you're getting through with one success after another, and somebody gave you the opportunity to brag about it, there's where your downfall starts. So that is why sometimes when you see things going good, shut up. Do like the lady I gave the other day, keep provoking your mouth. You have to be careful. We live in a society where your enemies can disguise themselves and appear to be closer than you, than your friends or your relatives. It should be on a need-to-know basis only. Let me use myself as an example before anybody starts talking to this. All of you on social media, right? You always see my personal life on social media. Huh? You just see I posted my family and we personal business. You know everybody, like some people, when they cook up their food, nothing, put it in TV, in Facebook. They go on and they buy this clothes, put it in Facebook. They buy this car, I do use social media, but that is to do my work. You will see me on social media in this kind of forum. You will never see me in a personal setting. Your private life is supposed to be a private life. Unfortunately, today that barrier has become very blurred, and that is why there's a lot of people getting themselves in trouble. Because you are the ones feeding your enemies, those who are plotting to bring you down, the information they are looking for. So the minor here represents the subtle distractions around us when we are going towards our goals and our objectives. Subtle in the sense that he's not confrontational. Hanuman, acknowledging him, he just passes his hands on him like a telling of thanks. So Hanuman is telling how to deal with that kind of people. When they come around you, just tell them thanks for your advice, everything's good, and just move on. Don't make enmity with them. If they are family, you don't want to spoil the harmony within your family relationship. If they are co-workers, you don't want to spoil the working environment. And as Hanuman continues, he meets another person. Who is that person? Surasa. Surasa is the mother of the serpents. But Surasa was planted there by the painters. She didn't come there on her own. And what does the Devatas here represents like his superiors, like his bosses, and so on. People in higher authority than you. In a family setting, they can be like a senior, like a parent or a grandparent, somebody who holds influence in the family. And sometimes to see whether you're capable, you will purposely do or say things sometimes to see only to see your reaction. And not every situation you get yourself in, you have to react to it. Again, shut your mouth. Stay quiet. Let that be your mantra. See how you chant in Sri Ram? Anytime you feel the urge to talk about too much, just shut them mouth. Shut them mouth. And take your bimala too. Right? So Surasa here represents the temptations that comes from those. So if you're in a social circle, all of a sudden you start to attract the attention of supervisors and maybe higher-ups. And to know whether you are capable of, or whether you are genuine or not, whether the person has to be bought over easily or not, they may do certain things or say certain things. Let me give you an practical example again. When Petrotrin was functioning, a particular person came to me, his wife came to me, and he said, this man working for $30,000, $40,000 a month, but he has to borrow money to pay debts at the end of the month. Why? Because he wants to line in a certain class and category of people within the company. He wrong bill is be $25,000 to $50,000 a month. Because when you're lining with the CEO and that chairman and this board member, you can't buy white oak for them. Never want that to drink. Well, I know that drinker, so I know by that. I know it is have more expensive thing than that. I know it's have whiskey and scotch and all the kind of thing. I can't tell you the blend. Alright? I remember just a few weeks ago when he was in England, passing through Heathrow Airport, I see have I went in there just to until time to board the flight. I see a bottle of scotch inside, they're selling £100,000. And I asked the girl, people is buying it? I say, yeah, when you're playing big football, that's the thing that fellas come and buying out that thing. So I said, what made that so special? He said, what's the age in it? You wrong age about 40 or 50 years. People who actually buy money just to drink that. To spend money to drink that. But again, everybody had advice, everybody had pleasures. So, Surasa was sent there by the Devkas. The Devkas here representing senior authority there. So when you go through the corridors of life, again, from within your own family, sometimes distractions come. Sometimes they will tell you things or try to trick you into behaving a certain way. And that and all, if you fall for it, it will be, in other words, you take your eyes off the goal and you start to lose the progress that you are making. And if you go into the details with Surasa and Hanuman, the details tells you Surasa wanted to eat Hanuman. You all know that, right? So Hanuman said, right now I'm in the wrong mission. I can't do that for you. So sometimes people from within your own family or within your social group will say, boy, things kind of hard. Do this for me now. Now, they wasn't asking you to do that a year ago when Ben was the one looking down on you. So because in their eyes, now you come as somebody where you come into a little money, you get a little back pay or a little, you draw some, you fix the cost into your insurance or whatever, right? And they know you're coming to a little bit of money. They say, all of a sudden, you're the best thing around. So Surasa represents that. What was the conversation with she and Hanuman? Well, she wanted to eat Hanuman. So Hanuman said, right now I'm in the service of Sri Ram. And so he said, let me go, fulfill my mission, I'll come back and you could have dinner. Now just give it a summary because I want to touch on these three individuals. Alright? And what happened? You all, like I said, this is a cut how you all know. But look at how the distractions, concentrate on the psychology. This is how the distractions come. You're making success, you're being successful now, and those that didn't want to have anything to do with you, all of a sudden, they're very friendly to you. But they come now, not just to talk to you nice, they want something for you in the conversation. They say, lend me this now, or do this for me now, or buy this for me now. This is what Surasa represents. The condition she gave Hanuman is that in order for you to move forward, I have to devour you. So Hanuman said, okay, open your mouth. And you all know how the kata went. And the wider when she opened your mouth, he makes that bigger. And more she opens, she more bigger again. And all of a sudden, he shrinks himself. He go on inside and come out. And he fulfilled the three requirements. Again, he do it in a way not to create conflict. He didn't want confrontation with Surasa. He didn't want confrontation with Maina, and he didn't want confrontation with Surasa. And so he moves on now. And while going on, while continue, right, while continuing on his way, he met another individual. And that individual was no other than who? What's the name of the individual? This individual had the ability to capture prey by the shadow. You know, when birds fly, everything that have a shadow, right? Everything that is made up of matter has a shadow. So when birds would fly over the ocean, this being had the ability to capture, let's hold the shadow and hold along that whatever it is and devour it. Alright? Who is this person? Huh? Sindika. Who is this Sindika? Very important person. Sindika has a powerful son. And if that son troubles you, you could lose your life. Who is Sindika? Sindika is the mother of Rahu. Alright? And one of the reasons why one of the reasons why Rahu is so afraid of Hanuman is because when Hanuman was a baby, he beat up Rahu. That is one. And secondly, he knew very well Rahu is the one that killed his mother. Hanuman was the one that killed his mother. So that is why when you have Shani-Rahu combination, you can lose your life. Or if Rahu Graha is very powerful in your horoscope, you can lose your life. Alright? So, Sindika also, she represents the parasitic qualities of individuals and in society. So she represents those who just they don't like you at all. No matter how much you do, they don't like you at all. You know, there's some people that give your life for them and they just don't appreciate you. This is the Sindika in society. It has happened in we family. Everybody have in the Western terminology, we have a black sheep. In Hinduism, we have a Sindika in every family. Right? We had that one individual who just want to spoil the family unity. Or we have those pests in society who is creating all the troubles and the difficulties and so on for us. This is the Sindika in society. Yes, in scripture, Sindika is referred to as Rahu mother, but she is also a social parasite. The social parasite is a toxic work environment that you will have. The toxic boss, the toxic co-workers around you. Those who only want to use you at your detriment. That is why Sindika, she will capture the shadow of whatever is passing over the water and devour it. Kill it, eat it. And if you allow this kind of people around you, whether it's at home, whether it's, and in fact now, in Sanatana Dharma, we really don't advise people to, when divorce something is coming, don't advise them to go down that road. But what I just do, I just tell it, if you know things reach the extent the way you hitting and kill and chopping and all that kind of thing, get out. Get out of the relationship, get out of the marriage. I prefer to see you alive, remarried and living your life than to come and watch you in a box and do your funeral. And then you have children now for other people to mind and be realistic. Other people raising your children will be not like how you will raise your children. No matter how difficult a situation, a mother and a father will take care of their own blood. Compared to other children, other people raising them. It will not be the same. Some of them may be fortunate to get good treatment, but it's still not your mother, it's still not your mother and father. And if some of these children grow selfish and own way, they reach a stage when they reach 18 years, they say, what? You know my mother and father is a shut your mouth, you can't tell them what to do. All that you may have sacrificed with your good heart. So these are the Sindikas in your family. The Sindika sindicats in the society. It's not just the criminals out there, but those who want to take advantage of you and destroy your way of living, put you at a disadvantage. You lend your cousin or your farmer or your family, someone, your relative, your vehicle, they mash up the vehicle and they refuse to even compensate you to help fix it. They borrow a big sum of money from you and then more vexed than you when you ask them to pay you back. That is the syndicate we are talking about. How Hanuman shows you to deal with these kind of people when they come around. Notice he didn't choose the way of confrontation. He used passive resistance with the first two. He uses intelligence more with Surasat. And it shows us that when we are in a situation, we don't go and we talk, we business out. Sit down and think, reason. In this situation, Hanuman realized it's a parasite he's dealing with. And sometimes it may be very hard to accept. Sometimes your own children is your parasite in your house. Sometimes your own alcoholic parents is a parasite, or drug addict parents is a parasite in your house. Sometimes we cannot accept that fact. But you see, once alcohol and drug abuse something is involved in any family situation, that is like a cancer. To me, that is more bad than cancer. Once you catch cancer at a certain stage, you can still treat it and come out of it. But unless you don't get that person to change that mindset, they don't have no amount of AA that person could go to help them. They can have to want to change. So this is the stigmas that are there from a psychological point of view that is rampant in our society today. And this is the stigma that is devouring most of our people. This is why we are having so much emotional and psychological and mental health problems in society today. So that Rahu, he represents the eclipse of the mind. And that is exactly what his mother does. You all know Rahu is the one that, and Ketu, they are the one that causes the eclipse of the sun and the moon respectively, right? At certain times when there are certain conjunctions and so on. I eclipse, and this, from this perspective, look at it as an obstacle. Like I tell you, Rahu is dominant in your horoscope, and he's not in a good position, and he doesn't have, and you don't have the benefit of planets like Jupiter and Venus and so on. A good position, then Rahu can have the ability to kill you. Alright? So that is why things like Graha Shanti pujas and the jap and the offerings and so on. But Rahu himself is very much afraid of Lord Hanuman. Alright? So, why is he afraid of Hanuman? One, he had good pakir when Hanuman was a baby. And secondly, it's coming here now. So, that demoness that she is describing, she is a demon. You all know Rahu is a demon, right? So that demoness, she captures Hanuman Shalu and he starts to pull him down. And what did Hanuman do? With one blow of his hand, he killed her immediately. He didn't bother him, he or she had to say, he didn't bother to negotiate with her, he didn't bother to reason with her. He killed her on the spot. And this is very important for us. When you're making a clean break, make a clean break. You break up in your relationship, don't say, okay, I'll go back. Give me a second chance, I'll go back. For what? More patas? That is what you're going for? You're complaining, you're going to file a police report and taking a protection order that you're getting blows home. And when the officer comes to do your work, I'll say, I want to go to court. In my opinion, they should bring out a law for wasting to charge your tail for that. Just for being stupid. Because you identify yourself in a toxic relationship where you have the potential to lose your life, and then you play the fool of the two. If you're in a work environment where that is the way your co-workers and what's better, you're going to get an next job. At the end of the day, no amount of money could compensate you for peace of mind, you know. You could get $40,000, $50,000 as a monthly salary, but if you don't have peace of mind, that doesn't mean anything, you know. You might have to spend that every month going to do this test and that test, and I know these days them blood tests and them MRI, I think very expensive. So Hanuman here, and in the whole Ramayan, there is only two women. Hanuman showing you, don't discriminate whether they're man or woman. Once it talks it, get rid of them. And in the whole Ramayan, there is only two women that Hanuman killed. This is one. Who's the next one? She get one coffin, she more, she forgot that she dead. Who is the next one? Lankini. Right? That is the only two women Hanuman ever killed. So you see this idea, oh, it's a woman, I will hit you. Hanuman say, you cross certain lines and certain boundaries and have a man, woman, and what he's teaching you again, justice is for all, regardless of the gender. Notice here with Simhika, he did not negotiate. He acknowledged minor, he negotiated with Surasa, but here he came now and one blow he delivered and he killed her on the spot. Rahu seen his mother dead. He didn't want to go near Hanuman at all. And so having killed Surasa, he continues on his way and he eventually reached Lanka. Prem se bolo Pawan Putra Hanuman ki jai. So at this point in time we'll have our concluding Pawan, and while that is going on we'll have Bhajan to Lord Hanuman. So tonight I hope I helped you understand the psychology of this katha and how it applies to our own development. Not only from a personal point of view, but from a social point of view. While we prepare for Havan and before I start about that, anybody have anything you want me to clarify for you? Anybody have anything to ask pertaining to this message we did tonight? Was it too difficult for you all to understand? But it was very practical in everybody's life, isn't that so? Right, so that is the way we will. Tomorrow night we look at a different katha with the same degree of practicality. Right.
Namo Hanumate Namaha. Om Namo Hanumate Namaha. Om Namo Hanumate Namaha. Om Namo
Sat Yogini Namah Swaha. Das Mahavidyaya Namah Swaha. Om Namo Bhairavaya Namah Swaha. Om Shri Sham Shri Sham Sarpanasavaya Namah Swaha. Om Bhurvasva Tatsavitarvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Devayana Prachodayam Swaha.
Alright, so again we will continue with our expression of gratitude and appreciation to those who have served the ashram. And today I have an additional gift for all of you who wanted. If you want it, you have to come to me and I'm going to send it around here. Alright? Now I have copies of the Hanuman Chalisa here, that's like Roshi. There's a project Hanuman and this is one per family. But if you want it, if you want this prasad, you will come to me first. Alright? So this details the objective, the goals of the project Hanuman that we spoke about, and it is the Hanuman Chalisa. So you have a copy of it when you're chanting it, whether it's here or wherever you go. Alright? But I told you all that next year is going to be a very important year in the ashram where Hanuman is concerned. All the details of this project is all online. So,
So tonight we will wrap up the presentation of tokens of appreciation to those people who would have contributed to the upliftment of the ashram over the course of the years. So unlike this evening, most of our recipients are absent due to move or whatever circumstances, but I still want to make a quick mention of them. The first one being Miss Vidya Hari. Vidya grew up as a child in the ashram, and now she's abroad with her job at present. So unfortunately she's not here, but most of us know her as a bit very vibrant. Hear her mouth, hear it outside. She's very outspoken. Second person is Mr. Krishna Mak. Uncle Krishna, as we know him, he's very much instrumental. You'll see him every single day when the yatra goes out into the different communities and the different villages. And he very, very quiet. You may or may not, you would see him, but you may or may not know who he is. So in his absence as well, I'd like to recognize him. The next person or persons is Mr. Raul Prasad Maharaj and family. So Uncle Raul, Auntie Gita, Crystal, who would have been the immediate past president of the youth group, and Amrit. So as well, we'd like to recognize them in the absence. Mr. Vidur Suraj, again, very quiet individual, but when we call on him, he's always there, an assistant whatever way. And the last person in that list is Mrs. Margonde Gopal. She as well, we call on her, she will assist in whatever way possible behind the scenes. She's never want to be at the forefront. So that being said, that leaves us with just 2 awards left for tonight. And the first award goes to Mr. Malan and Daniel Asrana. So Uncle Malan and Daniel, we all know him as son. They would have been very, very much instrumental when it came to building the ashram. They were here every day, moving day in, day out. And apart from building here, they've been very instrumental in the foundation of the ashram, and we would have seen it grow with them. So, son is here on behalf of him and his family, so please give a round of applause.
and I would like all of you believers and our son responsible for taking up that movie and put them there. I don't know how it is.
And the next award Again, a group of people, one very quiet. You never see him at the forefront, but you call on him, he's always a part of everything. He ensures that things gets done behind the scenes, and I can tell you from personal experience. The next one, vibrant, you'll get one more mile away from me, especially when we're cooking. She as well, you call on her, she gets things done. Whether you want to or not, you're going to get it done. When she tells you you're going to get it done, you're going to get it done. I know that was mommy and daddy. You all know them well, Mr. Rising and Mrs. Vashi Singh, you all know them as Uncle Woody and Auntie Vashi. So please call on both of them as well, because it is a book.
With you all. Tomorrow we will conclude our Yagya. After that, we will resume Sunday service, not Sunday coming, the following Sunday. And whatever calendar with it. Alright, so we resume Sunday service on the 18th. Alright? Now, for those of you who wants to join us for the Soma Vrat on and this being the last Monday in the month of Shravan, it's a very sacred. Mondays in the month of Shravan is very sacred. However, this Mondays are very special. That particular Monday is very special. The full moon day falls on that Monday. That's one. Secondly, it's no ordinary full moon. It's a Raksha Bandhan full moon. So to bring the full protection of Lord Shiva. Alright, we'll be doing the Someshwar Puja over here. Alright, so those of you who want to join us, get in touch with me or Nikki and so on, and we'll tell you how that is going to take place. It will not be like a Yagya session. Alright, it will be like more like a Shivratri night offering, where you come with your stuff and like what you did for Rameshwar Puja. And do your offering on the lingam. You'll have a brief discourse and so on. Puja will already organized, and that will take place on the day. Alright? And then, for those of you who want to join us in Ganesh Utsav and you want to get your little murtis, you can talk to Nikki. We take down your name and we get it at a price that is usually cheaper than what the puja stores have. Alright? So, that you can start organizing that. Ganesh Utsav is just about a month away. Alright? So, if you want to take part, join us in Ganesh Utsav, you need to give your name, alright, and the amount of murti you may need. Alright, it's only when we have a certain amount, then we can negotiate with the supplier for the prices then. At this point in time, we don't have the prices available. Okay? Well, after that, after the Ganesh Utsav and so on, our flagship celebration will be taking place. That is the daily yatra. And like I told you, everything this ashram does, you can go to the social page of the ashram and keep up to date. So, Yatra will be taking place, where to be going, and the format that will be taking, and the Visarjan and so on. All information will be made available to the public as time comes closer. Alright? So, at this point in time, let us stand as we have our concluding Maharaj. सर्वशक्ति मां मंगलम दुर्गा देवी मां त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुः च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देवा ॐ मन्त्रहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तिहीनं जनार्दनं यत्पूजितं मया देवा परिपूर्णं तदस्तु मे कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियेर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृति स्वभाव्य करोमि यद्यत् सकलं तस्मै नारायणेति समर्पयामि नारायणेति समर्पयामि From the very top of your voices, let's proclaim victory for our way of life. Let us stand firmly and confidently and for our presence and identity and for our noble religion, Sanatana Dharma. प्रेम से बोलो गजानन स्वामी की उमापति महादेव की और पुत्र हनुमान की जगदम्बिका दुर्गा माता की सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की सत्यनारायण स्वामी की प्रेम से बोलो प्रभु रामचंद्र की श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय जय सीताराम. Take your seats. So we remain seated right there for a few minutes. Your arti will pass around, after which meals are prepared on the outside. You will have meals and prasad being the last night of our please do come and bring others with you. After this Yagya has been concluded, like I said, we will start to make preparations for our Ganesh Utsav celebration. More information can be gotten from any member of the ashram. Those of you who want your Hanuman Chalisa, you can come and take it. It's free. Should I say that in the beginning? If you have a copy already from Sunday service, don't come, eh? One per family, so if more than one person from our household come in, it will just be one. Okay, let's see. Yeah, just see
To bring it back.
Those of you interested in getting a Project Hanuman jersey, you can give Dolina, Chandika, Chandra, anybody your name, your size. If we do have your size on hand right now, we'll print it, but we have to take a certain amount in order to get printed.
Just share your food outside. Just share your food outside.